Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DHR. Joseph, it's empty.
It is. I confirm.
All right. This is the Sig P320 9mm. Comes with a nice 17-round magazine. Where's my magazine? It's over there. Oh, there you go. And very, very good weapon. I think this is probably the finest handgun I've ever owned right here. Because ballistics have come a long way in the last 20 years.
Yes, they have.
That 9mm, 45, 40 caliber, they all kind of function pretty much.
Almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And I have found this to be just an outstanding striker-fired weapon in much the same way as a Glock is, yes? All right. And consequently, this is, if I were a police officer, I would carry this weapon on duty. And I just believe that the way it functions, its accuracy at distance is really good. We took it shooting today. Tell me what you think.
I think it's a really good gun. Like I say, I'm not a Glock purist by any means. I have Glocks. And where's your $49 magazine? Oh, here it is. Here's a 50 bucks. It's $50.
But it's a fantastic magazine.
And my magazines that worked were $11.99 each for my Glock. This video right here. There we go. Okay, this is a fine shooting firearm. The first time I ever fired one was when I was a range instructor, and I shot a 97% with it. It was with the 60-round course. And myself and another officer there, JD. And I was impressed with the trigger. I like the trigger on this weapon a little better than I like the Glock. It's got a nice, smooth take up, just barely any slack.
Would you say that's about 3.5 pounds?
I think it's 4 pounds or 5.
Okay.
Sure. I'm not sure what the poundage is on this, which, what is a Glock? 7 newtons or whatever, which tells you what a sissy punch Newton must have had. But
I've always been a big.
It's a great gun. I don't like the fact the magazines are so much because I have a whole lot of magazines. Other than that, this is a fine weapon. They make them now with the MOS over takes the red dot now, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Other than that, it's got I love the Sig rail on the bottom. It really holds the stuff. It really clamps in there.
Yeah, I mean,
tight.
I'm probably going to replace the upper slide with something that can receive an aim point or a red dot.
Yeah, red dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great gun.
But I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Sig Sauer. So when I started with HPD, I, in the academy, purchased the Sig 40 caliber. And
the 229 Lady Sig.
Yes.
It's the one I had too.
You bought it too.
Yes. It's just a smaller gun. I didn't like it because it is such a small gun.
Yeah.
But, some people say that compact size is good. Like Brian Hoffner says, though, with these SIGs, just crank the first one off in the dirt. That way you got a good trigger pull after that,
Tell the audience, who's Brian Hoffner?
That's one of the best pistol instructors on the planet.
Yes, he is, actually.
My sights are on. My sights are on, and I'm waiting.
I've taken like 3 or 4 of his classes when I was at HPD, like the primary low light course, and then he had a backup, where you would switch from your primary firearm to your backup firearm. And, there was like 4 classes over the course of 10 years I took from him that I thought were really good classes. And then when I got out of the academy, though, I kind of got tired of carrying that. Only because I didn't feel like it had enough stopping power. Because at that time, ballistics between 40 and 45 were, measurably different.
Yeah.
So I went to the
45,
and this is the P320 that I carried on duty. And I thought this weapon was just really, really good. In fact, I shot Distinguished Expert with this weapon.
No, I didn't.
But then I was denied. I was denied Distinguished Expert because 2 of my bullets went through the same hole, and the grader was like, "Oh, I can only see 11 rounds. I don't see 12."
The hole was like this big.
Yes.
He had a group of about 60 rounds. It was all probably in a place like this, but one of the holes that he knew where it was, all the other bullets had gone through there.
He was just being a
range instructor.
A giant D is what he was being. And anyhow, so this I can assure you will shoot distinguished expert.
And in the police department, Houston Police Department, they have a distinguished expert. You have to shoot 99%. Very few.
But I like the fact that it comes with a decocking lever. You know, this one doesn't. Obviously, it's a striker fired weapon, but the hammer fired weapons, you know, came with a decocking lever. I thought that was really nice. So those are the 3 weapons I carried when I was with HPD.
That once again, that a lot of people are put off.
I'm sorry, these are the 2 weapons. This third one I got recently. They didn't have this one when I was at the department. So
a lot of people are put off by that double action trigger.
I'm not.
The first one, the double action trigger.
Yeah.
And then of course it recoils like that, and then so the hammer is back. Then you got a real nice little light, crisp trigger pull. And there's nothing more accurate than that 229. I mean, maybe other than like a Colt 1911.
Right.
It's got a 5-inch barrel.
So while you are the Glock aficionado.
I don't know about that, but I like them.
Okay. Okay. I think that's what that means.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Sig, and I've enjoyed shooting and owning these weapons for quite a long time. So, you know, let us know how you all feel down in the comments. We always like hearing from our listeners, and, you know, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that too. And if, you know, you enjoy carrying a Sig and you think that's an outstanding weapon for on-duty carry, let us know. Joseph?
I agree.
It's not spelled G-L-O-C-K?
It's spelled wrong, not G-L-O-C-K.
Glock or nothing?
I will say, the last thing I'm going to say is that I saw less malfunctions at the range. And this is the 4th largest department in the nation. And we saw thousands upon thousands of people shoot every year with classes and qualification. I saw less malfunctions with the Glock than anything else. Anything else.
Even Sig?
Than anything else. That anything would be considered Sig too.
Are you sure?
And plus they had the problem with where you dropped it and it turned into a claymore. I mean, it would go off. You remember that where you could hit it?
I never witnessed that. I think that was a myth.
No, we tried it at the range. It was a real thing. It was a real thing.
Well, they want you to know that your weapon will discharge when it needs to.
Or when it doesn't need to. They have since corrected that, and it is a fine weapon with an expensive magazine.
Anyway. Okay. Well,
don't scratch that.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
You have to wear gloves. Or let it rust, because it will rust on them.
Wear your gloves when you handle that.
Enough Sig hating.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we'll see you all in the next video.